Hi everybody! So we got another fantastic video about a plant-based vegan diet from a biblical viewpoint, going over the passages in the Bible and how it's relating to our health. And so I know, number one, I'm going to say I am not the one that can tell you everything about the Bible and health. I can only tell you what I have read thus far in my journey with God and what I believe, what I've experienced, and what I believe He's telling me in my heart about health in the Bible. So, but I am going to share with you several different videos by Dr. Milton Mills. I'm sure there's a good chunk of you who know him and have watched his videos, but if you haven't, I highly recommend you watch them. There are two videos that are very, 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 very good, and we'll watch them together. This will be in future series of videos here in the near future. But in this video particularly, this one is going to hone in on addressing a certain passage in the Bible and kind of what comes to my heart and how I kind of see it at this point right now. And of course, it follows along the lines with Dr. Milton Mills, and he does, I can't tell you enough how well he can explain it so much better. But for now, enjoy. Let me know your thoughts and opinions too, but enjoy and just know, really, God intends for you to eat plants. He does, and He wants you healthy, and that's the way He has created it from the very beginning. And it still applies today, and it applies in the future Paradise Restored that's coming. I can't tell you enough how many times I've done this video because it's gone on so long. There are so many things that come to my heart. I can't get it all down in a video, and I can't get it down in a short enough video either. And there's always going to be people out there who are going to twist things, who aren't going to understand you, or are going to take it in a different way. That's just the nature of humans. That's the nature of this world. That's the nature of YouTube as well. So what I'm going to do is how I'm going to go about this is I'm going to start off by saying I am a full-hearted believer in God, in Jesus as my Lord and Savior. I classify myself as a Christian. I don't see it as religion. I see it as a relationship. I totally believe in everything that God says in His holy Bible, in His Word. I believe everything He says, and I believe it to be right and true. So in particular, when it comes to diet, this is such a controversial subject, and it's so debatable among a lot of people, especially among the plant eaters and then the meat eaters. Like I said in that video, there's always been a headbutt throughout time, and it's even worse, I believe, in today's day and age because, number one, there's more people on the earth, but also because the state of where we're at is it's escalated a lot more, and so there's always going to be such a heated debate in it. I know for me it is so unnecessary, I think, to have food come in between two people. I know for me, I respect you 100% no matter what you eat, no matter if you change the way you eat or not, if you don't care, if you do care. I still respect you and love you as a sister in Christ 100%. I don't let food divide me at all between another person. If what you choose, that's your choice, and I respect that 100%. And there's a lot of people out there that actually let that divide them, and they go all out on it. So that my channel, my socials, that's not what we partake in. We give our thoughts and opinions, and we don't harp on things. We don't harp on it. We give it to God. We put it to rest and we give it to God, and we keep learning as what God's telling us in our hearts, and we keep moving along the journey because we're always learning. We're always improving, right? We're always improving. We're always moving forward in that aspect. And a really good Bible verse, I think, that will help support that is in Matthew 6:25. So it's, therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? So I think that's very important to take into consideration too, that it's not all about food. And that's why I say on my channel, it is most definitely not all about food. It is a good chunk of it, And I think since this is a health channel that I have, it is important to take care of the temple that we have. We don't want to make it sick or get it all full of disease, but we want to take care of it. But also, there's more to life than food. There's more to life that entails good health. So the Bible verse, Genesis 9, 2 through 7, we're going to read that. So this is my Bible here. It's a study Bible. This one has been working for me for many years. I don't get anything bad about it, nothing in my heart. It's been a good study Bible for me throughout the years. So I think it's a pretty good Bible. That's what I use. So God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. And the fear of you and the dead of you shall be on every beast of the earth, on every bird of the air, on all that move on the earth, and on all the fish of the sea. They are given into your hand. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. I have given you all things, even as the green herbs, but you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. Surely for your lifeblood I will demand a reckoning. From the hand of every beast I will require it, and from the hand of man. From the hand of every man's brother I will require the life of man. Whoever sheds man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed, for in the image of God he made man. And as for you, be fruitful and multiply, bring forth abundantly in the earth and multiply in it." So that right there obviously tells us, God's telling us everything that moves will be ours for food. So the consumption of meat has entered into the world. And then of course later on in the Bible, God does tell us about what types of animals are clean and unclean to eat. So down in my study Bible here, so when we go down to that verse where there's more explanation, we'll just read it here. It says, "Divine instructions for the human remnant." There are echoes of chapters 1 and 2, but with more detail and instructions concerning diet and use of blood, foreshadowing Leviticus 17, 10 through 14. Genesis 9:1 recalls 1:28, but the instruction to subdue and rule is absent. Rather, God puts the fear and dread of man on animal life. The provision of food for man is reissued after the flood, but meat eating is introduced with stipulations. For God's original diet for humans intended for their health, and health is capitalized here, for their health. See Genesis 1:29-30. So let's go to Genesis 1:29-30 and read that. So Genesis 1:29 says, "And God said, See, I have given you every herb that yields seed, which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be for food." And then Genesis 1:30, also to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. Then God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. So based on those, not looking at any other Bible verse, I know there's tons of other Bible verses too that we can talk about for future videos too, for health as well. But based off of that, of course, that's telling us God's original diet for humans was a plant-based diet. And I believe, and when I pray about it, and when I talk to God about it, I've been vegan for 12 years. This is my 12th year now. And what still comes to my heart is God's original diet for mankind. The allowing of meat is part of the sinful life, because I also like to see it like at the end with paradise restored. When God tells us about a paradise restored, there's going to be the lion will lay down with the lamb. And so it's kind of telling you that there will be no more tears, there'll be no more sorrow, there'll be no more pain. So right there in my earthly logical mind, and what comes to my heart is like, there can't possibly be,
animals can't be harmed then, because that does require the killing of them, that requires a heartbreak, that requires trauma, that requires tears, that requires pain. When I read that verse, when I read that part of the Bible, specifically honing on that, that's obviously telling me that no animals are going to be harmed. So there can't possibly be the consumption of meat in a paradise restored. So in paradise in the beginning, there was no meat. Paradise restored, there's no meat. So the only consumption of meat is in the sinful life. So I think there is also a deeper meaning behind it.
Also, when people are sick and they have a disease, it always pushes you towards plant foods. It never pushes you towards consuming more meat, more dairy. It always pushes you to eating more plants, more of a diet full of plant foods in order to get that sickness and disease to at least simmer down and hopefully go away and reverse. But the longer you're in learning about the human body and plant foods and the animal products and stuff, what happens inside, you do notice that when the body is under a full plant-based diet, specifically whole foods and hopefully raw vegan, it is at its pristine level of health. How do you explain that? And so that makes me think, in my heart, it makes me think that God's original diet that he had for mankind still applies to this day.
So for me personally, I choose God's original optimal human diet of plant foods. I choose his original human diet for health. And since we have a choice and free will, I choose that. I cannot get myself to even watch an animal get killed. I can't do that myself. If I had to eat and everything, I would not do that. I can't watch it. I can't hear it. That's a sign. Physiologically, I don't have the natural tools. Humans don't have the natural tools for the consumption of meat on our physical body. And just my overall feeling for my vibration every day is so much better than the consumption of added dairy and meat and everything. And of course, in this day and age, we have added preservatives and natural flavors and all this junk in there too. But I have heard stories and I have come across other situations of people that even if they eat wild game right off the land, they still have problems. So my personal experience and what I believe God's telling me in my heart is to eat his original diet.
Alrighty, everybody, so remember to love being raw, vegan, plant-based, whole foods, whatever floats your little boats. Just remember to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself literally. Have a wonderful day today. Put a big old smile on your face today. I hope I did that for you, and I will see you next video. Bye, guys.